Hi, this is Monte Moore. We're doing some interview here for the Denver Comic-Con, our annual edition, and brought some new work this year for gaming, comics, pinup art, and a lot of projects like that. Oh, all right. Well, we'll be right back.
Hey, it's Groovey. I'm here with Monte Moore here at the Breckenridge Brewery. You're talking about Denver Comic-Con and all the cool stuff you got going on, man. How are you?
I'm doing great. This has been a hellaciously busy year. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, and they seem to be kind of picking up for comics and maybe some of that energy and fuel is coming out of Hollywood and the movies and that sort of thing. But obviously with the growth and the amount of attendance in all the conventions and it's just kind of through the roof. And cosplay, I've noticed, is through the roof this year. It's off the hook. So it's a really great time to be involved in pop culture.
Oh, yeah. And you got a lot of cool stuff going on. Tell me about all your projects.
So a variety. We were finishing some projects last year for movie stuff, but this year, I brought a couple of covers here. This is a new, this was a Soulfire cover for Aspen Comics and Mile High Comics right here in town.
Okay.
And actually, I've done 2 or 3 exclusive covers for them since then. And one of them is going to be debuting exclusively for Denver Comic-Con, which is a relaunch of the legendary original bad girl Vampirella. And so you're going to be able to get a Vampirella #1 at the Mile High Comics booth or my booth and have me sign it and that sort of thing. And that's through Dynamite Comics.
Okay.
And then I also brought another one here. This is actually a graded copy. And this is another great bad girl. This is Lady Death.
My favorite, actually. She is my favorite, yeah.
Yeah, Lady Death is really hard to beat. So I'm very excited. I'm working with Brian Paluto at Coffin Comics.
Really?
And he had me do 4 covers. And 2 of them are already out. Maybe the 3rd one coming out soon. And then we've gone on to do, there'll be another 6. So there'll be a guaranteed of at least 10 covers that I'm doing for some of their new variant editions. And some of them are even like they're jeweled editions. They literally hand apply glitter and gold and jewels and things like that to all of like Lady Death's outfit and all the little skulls and stuff. And I've only seen one in person. I can tell you, it's one of the best looking covers ever has been done in my art. It's pretty off the hook.
Wow. I've never even heard of something like that before.
Yeah, it's and they make those covers in super limited editions, like 50, 60, over the whole world. That's it.
Wow.
And then this last year also did. So we got the Vampirella coming up. I did a Purgatory for Dynamite as well. And then also did a couple of covers for Cave Woman for Basement Comics. So basically running the gamut of all the hot babes. I don't have any guy covers. I got no Kolchak the Night Stalker or anything like that. Now they come to me for the voluptuous superhero and bad girls.
Well, I just want to congratulate you on this niche you've created because it's awesome.
Thank you. It's really it's not really weird, but for a while I was doing so much work in gaming, traditional gaming, not necessarily video gaming, but some work, that I would really just do a cover or so a year or maybe every couple of years, and I really wasn't pushing that hard. So maybe the timing of the industry and or my skill set, which is still traditional. All the artwork that you see here is still done with traditional methods, not digital. Okay. And so maybe it's just a good time for that, to be able to say, hey, I'm still here, I'm available for your projects, and publishers saying, yeah, that's great. One of the other ones that I'm super excited about is Judge Dredd. Oh, nice. And so a friend of mine who's been in the business for a long time, Matt Haley, tremendous penciler, artist, designer, and he kind of helped launch Ghost a long time ago for Dark Horse back in the kind of early mid-90s, and we got into the comics at the same time. And he actually is, he and I are doing 4 covers together for 2000 AD, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, and
that is awesome.
And of course, it's not actually even Judge Dredd, it's Judge Anderson. So we're still doing the beautiful ladies, but the tough ones. So we're doing 4 covers, and we've already got 2 of them done. And I would imagine that IDW, who's the publisher, will be distributing or soliciting that soon. Wow. So it's crazy that Lady Death and Vampirella and Judge Dredd and all this is kind of coming out, and I'm like, whoa, and instead of doing 2 to 4 covers a year, there was a period real recently where I was doing 2 to 4 covers a month.
Wow.
Which is great. And then the fans and the collectors like it too, because again, a lot of times the artists who are working on these, they're only digital, so there's no paintings or drawings to buy. And so collectors who like these characters, one of my prelims for the Vampirella went all the way to Germany to some very dedicated collectors. So It's exciting to be able to also have your art reach a new audience.
So cool. Okay, so at your booth in Comic-Con, what else is going to be there that we haven't covered yet?
Well, actually, as an example, the Thor's Chariot here, which is one of about 18 new pieces that'll be debuting over the course of 2014-15. So I won't necessarily have that many of all the new pieces there, but they are sort of on their way. So I work with a company that's in Germany, and then the products are manufactured overseas. So from the time I design them to when we actually get to see these can be literally 6 months to a year sometimes.
And this is heavy, and this is amazing.
This is one of my favorite newer pieces and they do a great job. The sculptors who I work with, it's solid cold cast resin. Then even all the details and stuff are all hand painted. Wow. Again, there's no shortcuts, there's no computers. It's a guy doing a drawing in pencil, not CAD or anything like that. Right. And then I send it over there, and they send me photographs of a full turnaround in clay, and we can make changes and things like that. And it's awesome to work with other artists, because it's kind of like comics in the sense that sometimes you have the penciler and the inker and the colors, and it takes this whole kind of team to bring stuff to life.
Yeah, this is really cool.
So I'll have that at Denver Comic Con. We'll have some of the new comics. There'll be new originals. For example, the Man of Steel piece that's in the back. That actually wasn't from the movie or a licensed DC piece, but it's what I call a showcase piece. And so every couple of years, I'll take some time and do just a piece that I want to do that showcases my ability. And so that's a painting that's a mixed media illustration of acrylics and airbrush and colored pencils. So
just to get in trouble with everyone, I think this is better than the movie was.
Huge compliment. So there'll be a lot of new originals. And actually last year I was really surprised at not only the amount of crowds and new people that have come to Denver Comic Con who have said, oh my gosh, this is amazing. It's the first time I've ever been to a convention like this. And they're so excited, and they're dressing up for the first time since, Halloween, to do something like that. So that's always great about that. So there'll be comics, new sculptures, new products. I probably need to reprint a couple of my most recent sketchbook because I'm almost out. So I would imagine I'll have some copies of that as well to have for the fans.
Awesome, man. Thank you so much for your time.
You are welcome.
Cheers. Hey, it's Groovey. This is Monte Moore. We're at Breckenridge Brewery talking about Denver Comic Con and all this really cool stuff like Lady Death, who's my favorite ever. Thanks, man.
Be lame.